I retired at 55, and it just made sense. I mean, the math, it made sense to me. Um, I have over 30 years of experience in security and operations at the City of Austin Aviation Department. And someone asked me once, why did you retire? And it made sense to me. I mean, about 6 months before I decided to retire, I I was sitting at my desk and looking at um, the next 10 years of my life for me and my family, me and my wife and my daughters. My daughters are all grown now, but um, at the time, two of them still lived at home, and I looked at the what the benefits of retirement meant for me at the time and my family. And so I'm gonna talk about those things and let you know why I did what I did, why I retired at 55, and let you know what the plan was, because my plan was never to stop working. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to retire and then pick up another job. So let me run that through that scenario through you and how it played out in my mind and what my plan was. And so just to let you know, with the city of Austin, um, I have a pension. And so I also had the opportunity to take a lump sum. So that's what I did. I looked at my house payments, I looked at the car payments and all the bills and credit card bills that we had. And I looked at over the next 10 to 15 years, and I was like, man, I would have to continue working another 10 to 15 years to pay off our house and to pay off our cars, and all these credit card bills and student loans and things like that. And so I did some calculations and went on the website and found out that, if I took a lump sum, which is what I did, I took a lump sum of $200,000 from my retirement. Now, that lump sum, don't ask me how it works, because I do not know how it works, but I took a lump sum, and also I have a pension. Every month, my pension is $3,500, so for the rest of my life. And the great thing about that is if I pass away, that pension still goes to my wife for the remainder of her life. That's a win-win. I mean, that's a win-win situation. So what I looked at was, if I take this lump sum, I can pay off the house, I can pay off both of our cars, I can pay off some major loans that we had out there, knock down some of the student loans, and then do some major renovations on the house. And so that's what I did. We paid the house off, and so we do have we're home or debt free as far as home wise. We own the house, our home, free and clear. Both of our cars are paid off. We own our cars free and clear, and paid off some bills, right? And then made some renovations to the house. We redid the whole kitchen, the upstairs, bathrooms, got a new bathroom, did whole house painting, French doors on the patio, and things like that to refresh the house, to make the house look fresh and new again. So we was able to do all of that with that $200,000. And so, as I mentioned, my plan was to keep working because I was 55. I'm 56 now. I retired last year, December actually last year, and I retired. And then that January, I picked up another job, security manager job at a high-rise office building downtown. And so my plan, again, remember, it wasn't just to retire and quit working, because my plan is to retire and work until 62 and take my Social Security early, and then just be done. And then me and my wife would travel the country and do all those things that people talk about in retirement. And so what I picked up a job, and Here's what the great thing was. I wanted a job that would pay me at least what I was making at the city of Austin, which was I was paid quite well. But the plan, again, to be realistic, I said, well, if I can make at least half or more, a little bit more than what I was making at the city of Austin, that would be great. Because most of those funds will be discretionary funds. I mean, the retirement pension took care of all the rest of the remaining bills, the monthly bills that we had. I'm talking cell phones and your electric bills and the internet and things like that, car insurance, house insurance. The pension took care of all of that. This job here was just discretionary fund. I mean, man, it feels great to be able to just go to a restaurant and not worry about, what's in the bank account. Go to a restaurant and just be able to tip like you like to tip, and be able to help people out. We have three adult daughters, and whenever they have need something, we'll be able to that's in our heart to do, and that's definitely in my wife's heart to do, just to be able to just give and provide. So that discretionary money, and then on top of that, we was able to, every paycheck I was able to put $1,000 in a savings account. Now I don't know about you, but for me, that's a good amount of money to be put. $2,000 a month. I got paid every 2 weeks, so $2,000 a month in the savings account, and then have a good discretionary fund. I mean, the math worked, the money worked. It worked, and so I did that. But I landed on this job, and I was there for about 7 to 8 months, and it just wasn't challenging enough. I mean, the job was so easy. I was a manager, a supervisor manager, working supervisor manager. If you work contract security, you know what I mean. I mean, you have the title of manager, but you're sitting there working right at the desk just like the frontline staff. But that wasn't a problem. But the issue was that it just wasn't challenging enough for me. My mind is always thinking and creating and making and coming up with ideas and solving problems, and there wasn't enough problems to solve. And so I got bored, so I took another job, and also I was the commute. We live in Elgin, Texas, and the job was in Austin, which is a 20-minute, 30-minute drive. But in the morning it took me about 35 minutes, and then in the afternoon, the evening time to get home, it took about 40-45 minutes with traffic. But I did that, and it just wasn't enough. And so I took another job. That job was as a division chief for a company here locally out of Bastrop, and but I was working here in Elgin. I was over the school districts in Elgin, Smithville, Bastrop. We had a private school in Bastrop, and then Lago Vista. So my job was just to manage the team. And they gave me a company car. Now, come on, who wouldn't take that, a company car, and being able to start your day and end your day right there at home. And so it was a no-brainer. So I worked with that company, and about 3 months, it just wasn't a right fit for me. I'm not here to burn bridges or anything like that, but it just wasn't the right fit for me. And so I find myself back out in the job market, according to the plan, right? Back in the job market. And so that's where the challenge has been, because I've been looking, I've been putting in resumes, I've been on Indeed, I've been on LinkedIn, I've been tailoring my resume 4, 5, 6, 7 times, cover letters, writing, recruiters, and just haven't had any luck. Now, I don't know what the issue is, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm overqualified. I don't know if I'm not qualified enough. I just haven't had a lot of traction. And so that's what this channel is going to be about. Looking for work after retirement. It's a little bit different because, that was my plan, to continue working. But I want you guys to take this journey with me. And I mean, we're gonna talk about everything along the way, right? I'm gonna show you one point. I'll come in, I'll show you guys the house and show you the renovations and show you guys our little store. So me and my wife, we also started a small company, a small business here in Elgin called Popcorn Love, and so I'll show you guys some of that, and you guys can get an idea of what we're dealing with. But it hasn't been easy. I tell you that. You know, these 3 months that I've been off work, like I said, the retirement takes care a lot of all the bills and things like that. But that discretionary money is gone. Hasn't been in since, you know, like I said, 3 months. A lot of the savings, we used a lot of that for the small business that we started. And it's doing okay. It's doing okay. It needs to grow, and we'll talk about that. I'll show you guys that and show you guys my life, and I want you guys to take this journey with me. So again, my name is Leroy Hargrove. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself at the beginning, and I just want you guys to chime in if you're about to retire, or if you already retired and you find yourself back out in the job market and you're looking for another job and you're finding it difficult. You know, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. And so, hey, take this journey with me. We're gonna hopefully have some fun and laughs, and hopefully we don't cry about anything. But it's gonna be a great ride. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Hey, if you're here for the first time, please, they always say hit that like button and subscribe. So anytime I come out with a video, you'll get a notification, and we can take this ride together. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bless you. Bye-bye.